All right, welcome back to Jim Boy's Kitchen. How you feeling? How you feeling at this time? Well, I got a mission here. Let's go visit Brooklyn, New York. I'm in Brooklyn, New York right now. And hey, welcome back to Jim Boy's Kitchen. Let's see some activities in Brooklyn, New York at this time. Yeah. I want to show you something. One of the most iconic restaurant, a fast food place. When you hear about White Castle, look at this. When you hear about White Castle, this is an iconic fast food joint that when you hear about it, you remember it's more popular in the Bronx and, of course, Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, one of my favorite back in the years. Oh man, you could have bought a wonderful hamburger for 10 cents. Remember those times? So that's the White Castle, a very famous, yeah, restaurant in Brooklyn and the Bronx in New York City. You remember New York City right away when you hear about the White Castle. Am I right? All right. All right, we're on Atlantic Avenue this time. I want to show you a wonderful place. Remember being here 35 years ago, one of my neighborhood, I would say. I remember walking down the street one time, and oh man, this guy pulled out the gun on me. I kicked off the gun from his hand. This was 35 years ago, and I never ran so fast to reach home, Me and a guy named Josh, yeah. This was the area. And of course, Brooklyn is very populated with all nations. Let's say New York City is populated with all nations. And yeah. So this is Atlantic Avenue. For those that knows Atlantic Avenue, lots of activities are being done here. And it's a dreary morning. People are now strolling out. But in the morning time, in the night time, it's the same as the day in other states. Yeah, especially New York City, the city that never sleeps, right? Yeah. Atlantic Avenue at this time. And with that car, with many cars that's around right now, looks like private car, but they're kind of they're Ubers. I could hear one of them tooting their horn every time they reach people. Yeah, so Uber is very populated here now with lots of livery cabs. So this is Brooklyn, New York. Atlantic Avenue in the East New York section of Brooklyn. So for those that never came to Brooklyn, New York, you have a glimpse now in Jim Boy's Kitchen to see what Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn looks like. This is Broadford Avenue here. Very popular place. And of course, it's a multicultural city, all right? Must tell you, New York City is a multicultural city, especially in Brooklyn and the Bronx. Our second is the Bronx. I would say Brooklyn is the first multicultural city borough in New York City. Yeah. That's the Ponce Funeral Home, still there. And they say funeral home will never be out of business because everybody dies someday, every day. Yeah. That person is a customer for a funeral home. Oh man, and this is a very big, beautiful building just built. Advantage Gear. That's a very big building there. That's Pennsylvania Avenue. Kind of looks so developed and all of that. You know, you have downfall, upfall, East New York section of Brooklyn. And here we got that car wash that was opened, I would say, about 20 years ago. Yeah, still there. And that's Brooklyn Neats, one of the most popular place over there. Yeah. And this is the East New York section of Brooklyn. The East New York section of Brooklyn, folks. And I must tell you that this over here was a bar. Straight over there was a bar, and it was, if I could remember the name, Domingo or something. Yeah, we used to party there a lot. But it's closed down now, you know. After one time is another. And this avenue continues. Atlantic Avenue continues all the way to Flatbush Avenue in downtown Brooklyn, and where you could reach up to or join the Brooklyn Bridge and the Verrazano Bridge and all these wonderful places towards the outer boroughs, which is Manhattan, and all these wonderful. Now that's this is the L train over there. Up there, that L goes lots of ways. This is parking for the MTA buses. Yeah, that's the MTA buses, one of the newly developed place. And of course, this area here, I must tell you that 35 years ago was very abandoned. There was no parking there for buses, nothing. They have created hotels and all of that. Yeah. So this area here, East New York, right on the left, right here, was a big building where they take care of seniors and all of that. But they tore it down. Guess they're opening a big hotel there now. Kind of look very dreary and abandoned from back in the years. This place was more developed back in the years, I would say. East New York, yeah. Looks so different for me now, eh? After 35 years. I'm going to tell you that, yeah, man, it's a very, very looking, guess because they're fixing up. This was a big building over here, right here where the construction site is at. Guess they're torn it down to build a hotel or something. But this was a home care facility right there. I remember when people used to go there. Yeah. And now that's the East New York section to train station where you can find all different atmosphere of buses, empty New York City buses. And over here on the right used to be a car dealership and a free parking place. Now it's closed down. Lots of bushes around here. This was a diner, very popular diner, still there. With the East New York Depot buses now. This is where the East New York Depot, or the empty East New York Depot buses located, right there. The B-25 and all of that. Yeah. That's the East New York bus depot right there. So when you hear about East New York, MTA in New York City, East New York bus depot is right over there. Yeah, I must tell you, it kind of looks very, see all the buses are here, parked up. So this is the East New York section of Brooklyn. And another time I'm going to walk with you down with my legs. Yeah. And that's the Jackie Robinson Parkway right over there. And of course, Jackie Robinson Parkway was formerly Interborough Parkway right there. Yeah, it was known as Interborough Parkway back in the years, but now it has changed. Yeah, Jamaica Avenue, right here where you had the 910 car service back in the years. I think it's still there though. And this is Jamaica Avenue, and this is New Jersey Avenue right here. I'll go down New Jersey Avenue a little bit and see what this area looked like. Yeah, and I remember there's a grocery store 35 years ago right around the corner here, and sadly that guy got shot in the store and died. A grocery store there, yeah. Now it's called New Jersey Deli. I'm kind of thinking, I think that's the same name it has, but the owner of that store was shot and killed in the store. Yeah. So that's East New York. That's the wonderful streets of Fulton. This is Fulton Street right now. Yeah. Fulton Street. Jim Boy's Kitchen with you here. Here is a hotel that was not here 30 years ago, so it's developed. I want to bring to you. This is New Jersey Avenue and Fulton Street in Brooklyn, East New York. Folks, bring back some memory. I remember the store here. This corner store is where that owner got shot and killed due to a robbery. And this first building here after the store was a very good gentleman. God bless if he's still alive with his wife. And over there in the second house, oh man, brings back Auntie Eva and Uncle Mac used to live right there. Right over there, right there, yeah. And this is on New Jersey Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, Uncle Mac used to live there. And of course, I used to be there also living 30 years ago, so that's one of my home there in Brooklyn. And with also the man, Mr. Sonny, Miss Sunny, and Miss Sita, or Auntie Sita, and Uncle Vernon, and so everybody used to live right there. Cindy and Georgie, and so yeah. Oh man, developed. And I remember this here was a house. This gentleman died. New Jersey Avenue. Let's walk around here and see what's this area here in East New York, Brooklyn at this time. Let's see what East New York, Brooklyn have. New Jersey Avenue. Yeah, feeling good so far? Yeah. I just had me a little coffee there. For this wonderful morning, people dressed up here. And you know, if I tell you, New York City, Brooklyn, unlike Manhattan, it's not as, you want me to use the word pretty? It still looks dreary, and you have to know yourself. And I must tell you, folks, that you got to be street smart. You got to be street smart. And I don't want to say nothing much, but Jim Boy's Kitchen, I have been there, done that. Living in Brooklyn back in the years. It was even a more rough time, yeah. This was a mechanic shop. I remember this guy. This was a big house here. A mechanic shop 30 years ago used to be there. The guy used to do mechanic. Guess he's not there anymore. The post office is still here. This is the East New York Postal Service. Post office. Yeah, this is the East New York Postal Service. Advance Auto Parts is there. It was another name before Auto Advance, and trying to remember that name. Yeah. This is fairly new, I would say. This wonderful big building there, right opposite on Atlantic Avenue in East New York and New Jersey Avenue. Yeah, this is a big building, East New York, Health Harbor, but I would say that this probably was there about 20 years ago. Let me see. 20 years ago now. This, back in 2001, this was not there. That was a different building there, so they tore it down and built this, which is pretty good. Well, this is the old post office right here for the East New York division. And you got folks working in there. See, that's the preparation in the post office. Right there. Preparation in the post office. And now we got this here, beautiful. And yeah, beautiful. And you know, East New York, Brooklyn is a beautiful place. Nice. Are you walking with me on the streets of Brooklyn right now? Remember, you got to be street smart. And I remember right opposite here, the man Uncle Mac got robbed back 35 years ago. Beautiful area. Yeah. Nice. Beautiful area. Now, this is Pennsylvania Avenue. And you got friendly people. And not so friendly people. Now I'm going to go across Atlantic Avenue. Right here. Yeah, man. And it's a busy area, you know. East New York is so busy that, you know, this area is so busy. Not only East New York, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan is always busy. Especially when you think about New York City, you think about busyness. Yeah, this building here. Yeah, so bringing to you Jim Boy's Kitchen, bringing to you East New York. We're on Pennsylvania Avenue at this time. And the B83 bus runs here on this avenue all the way down to Starlight City from the New York City MTA service. Remember, when you walk the town of Brooklyn, New York, you have to be streetwise, especially back in the years. Now, hey, Jim Boy's Kitchen, once again, been there, done that. All right, you cannot fool Jim Boy's Kitchen. Once he's in Brooklyn, New York, or Queens, or the Bronx, or Manhattan. Yeah, Jim Boy's Kitchen, gotta be street smart. And of course, you got friendly people and unfriendly people right here. All right, and now I must say, it's an international city where, especially with the new system that's going on in America, yeah, all are welcome. Now that's a new building putting up there at Liberty Avenue. Yeah. And this is the Magistrates Court. All right, this was once the Magistrates Court building here for East New York, but they moved it. It became the New York City Police Department Community Center right there. All right. See the sign right there? New York City police department community center where they get together and they take care of the peace. And this is the subway at Liberty Avenue train station for the A and C that goes from Queens to through Brooklyn to Manhattan. All these wonderful places. Yeah, so if you want to get from here, I could jump on that train and go to Manhattan, but now I'm walking the streets of Brooklyn with you at this time. I remember, must tell you this, I'm walking the streets of Brooklyn right now in the East New York section, and it got to be street smart, all right? I've been there, done that. This is what I know in Brooklyn, New York. All right. So now I'm gonna walk around here. We're gonna go now to. I want to go down here to this. Let's see if we could go down by Juniors Avenue. I know there's a Juniors Avenue here. This is just a small portion of East New York. I'm showing you here. Got a beautiful halal fried chicken there. That deli is one of the original deli. And if you notice, people are hustling and bustling here. You gotta be walking straight, rushing. Not rushing, but you have to focus on what you want to do. If you get someplace to go, you cannot hesitate. You have to hurry and get it done because you could miss your train, you could miss your bus. All right, folks. And of course, as the sign, it welcomes you to East Brooklyn Business District. When it said Business District, now this area here, coming back after the big sign, East Brooklyn Business District, you're going to see a little neighborhood called Bronxville. And that's where all those businesses taking place. In every street, every corner of New York City, there is always businesses. But it's a populated area more down as we pass this sign. But we're not going to go there now. I'm going to show you the next time because that's where the busy area is also. All right, we're going to go around back here. I'm going to go through here and show you the street. That area is called Bronxville. Anyone familiar with Bronxville, New York, Brooklyn? Yeah, that's where the Madagascar Boulevard and has become Stone Avenue, or Stone Avenue became modern Gaston Boulevard with Sutter Avenue, Delmont, Belmont, and Juniors. All right, that's where they have the chicken farm on Pitkin Avenue, a very popular avenue called Pitkin Avenue. All right, so yeah. Are you with me so far? Are you with Jim Bai's Kitchen so far? Yeah, walking the streets of Brooklyn, New York, East New York. All right, and you're walking with me. As I told you, you got to be street smart, walking the streets of Brooklyn, East New York, Brooklyn. It's the same as they use the category Alboy's Tongue in Guyana. I'll be in Alboy's Tongue in Guyana, walking the streets in Alboy's Tongue. And I will show you the mentality of walking those streets, yeah, like I'm doing right now with you. As I would say, they would say, have no fear, Jim Bai's Kitchen is here. Yeah. So, I'm in the East New York section. But now, coming back to Bronxville, that's where everything has been there. Everything is there. Those live chicken place, all these wonderful good stuff. But now it's basically developed. This is Atlantic Avenue. We're surrounded, we circled this entire area of East New York right now. All right, and this is a busy avenue, Atlantic Avenue. You got to be careful when you cross the streets of Brooklyn or even any part of New York City. When you cross in the street, you got to be street smart. Also, when you walk the street, you got to be streetwise, because not everyone that smiles with you have a very pleasant smile, if you know what I'm saying. That's the New York City Transit bus, the MTA. A nice, beautiful doggy, man. I love it, man. Yeah. You got a nice dog there, man. Want to say hi to your family?
All right, thank you.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right, have a good day.
You too. You see, you have to the pleasant people around, but gotta be the wise dude. Not really, just, be yourself. New York City. Now we're circling in. I'm circling. That's one of the most populated car wash for Brooklyn, for East New York. For East New York. And I must tell you folks that, oh man, it was, that was built, let me see, back in the year 2003, somewhere around that time. Yeah, about a good 18 years ago. What's up, my brother? All right, man. Yeah, man, say hi, man. All right, the streets of Brooklyn, New York, East New York, my man here. Man, want to say hi to everybody right here, man. All right, peace and love, my brother. All right, we continue. Yeah, great man. And I must tell you folks, never judge a book by its cover, all right? Never judge a book by its cover. Just make sure when you open the cover, you know what pages you're going to be reading. Just a tip from Jim Boy's Kitchen. And I must tell you, I don't have patience to read every lines in a page, but I could read maybe one line in a page and tell you the entire page what it means, or what's on that entire page. I don't know why. That's a blessing, you think? I could just read one line on a book's page, and then I could relate to you what the entire page is talking about. All right, so never judge a book by its cover. That's a regular saying, old common saying, as Jim Boy's Kitchen saying, peace and love. Until the next one, all right? Part one, maybe part two continues. You want it to continue. Jim Boy's Kitchen saying, be kind to someone that's not kind to you, and kindness will prevail. Until the next one, adios, mi amigos, and goodbye, everybody. East New York.